That's fielded in the end zone. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin with what they'll score a 106-yard return. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. And this is no good. He missed it. Not a good start here in the kicking department as this remains a 6-3 score. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do that. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. The 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Nick Chubb, 81 yards. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. And with that carry, he's already over 100 yards here in the first half.
And, partner, you know exactly what he's saying to his teammates right now, right? Especially to the play caller.
Give me the ball.
Again, and again, and again. It's not that heavy, sir. I'll take it.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
12. Check. Crouch. Stay alert.
On 2nd and 12, Garoppolo. And it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie linebacker from LSU, Devin White. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
From the 29, Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Here we go.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
No gain on the screen there. It's 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Looking to throw again on second down. Garoppolo. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Garoppolo now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Right back to Coleman here on first down. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Second down, McKinnon. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it? Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. CD, you know there were quite a few Bears fans back in January saying, why didn't we hold on to that Robbie Gould guy?
Well, it's a legitimate question. 33 of 34 for San Francisco in 2018. The crazy stat of the year, he missed more extra points, 2, than he did field goals, 1, in the 2018 season.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. Handoff comes to Chubb. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because in a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb, and that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner, but after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or 2, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A give. This is Chubb. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A run for Nick Chubb. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Going for it all. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. And the first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Evans.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They run. Chubb. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Chubb, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Nick Chubb, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you got this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there. And now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. Garoppolo, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down.
11.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. Ndamukong Suh. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. After the sack on first down, Garoppolo. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. All right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Watch twist. Watch twist.
The third quarter starts with a run by Chubb. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it all the way down to the 22. A big play that time out of Chubb. 53 yards. And you talk about great blocking up front. I don't think he was even touched, not a finger on him, until he was brought down to the ground.
I think we heard the whoosh as he went by, didn't we? Right through the gap. No one there, as you outlined. No one touched him at all. A free sprint into the secondary.
Yeah, that's what you call breaking free right there. Sets him up nicely. 1st and goal. It was a pickup of 14. Chubb. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The lone man in the backfield here is Chubb on 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up 4th down. Gay's kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So 3 field goals that he's hit now. This last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 38. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
11. Check out route. 12, fellas. Here we go. Check.
From the 41, Garoppolo gets this one left side to Pettis. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. So the ball moves from their own 41 to the other 41 here for 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Dayon Buchanan. And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. This D wanted to put it away before we even get to the 4th quarter, widening that margin a bit further.
And while they won't just empty the bench just yet, if you're a backup, start loosening up. I think you'll get a chance to play before this one is over now with that type of a cushion.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go, here we go, here we go. 180!
Yeah, let's get a sack lunch.
They begin the drive with Coleman. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On second and 11 now. Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first. Garoppolo now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. On first down now, run with McKinnon. And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Garoppolo to throw. Screen play, McKinnon. 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 2nd down, it's Coleman, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a...
And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. It's a 3-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers get a score closer. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Winston, left side here, that's complete to Godwin. 30, past the 20, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 64 yards, and the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning, right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 180! 21, 21.
Yo, check 24.
On first down, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Goodwin. And he coughed it up. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ryan Izzo, 31 yards. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Buccaneers. Extra point by Gay is up and good, and that will extend this big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he will score. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. Taking it in. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Garoppolo. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Garoppolo now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run here with Coleman out of the gun. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Evans. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on 2nd and a couple. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. The intended target was Chris Godwin, but it's going to be second down. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Coming this way, here we go.
On 2nd down, Barber.
Check three.
11 yards there, first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Defensively, they know the situation. They stacked the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. If they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Chubb. Down the numbers. There he goes. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the other, the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited. Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, get the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
Here we go. 180.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack.
Here we go.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. To try again after the sack, Garoppolo. And now here's another interception. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he works free. And he's going to go down as time has now run out on this game. So time has run out on what will be a